Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. So in the last part, we took a look inside of Lost Lorn Forest, and we got ourselves into our fifth battle against Sharon, and we even met up with the Unified Champion, Alder. And those two things I just talked about occurred in Route 5. Where here's where I'm really gonna go over the route this time. By first off, now with this humble maid here, who says that she's gonna master a big heart to match his big. So she's looking for ingredients that will make his heart jump for joy, and the ingredients that you can give to this woman in exchange for money. And now the answer that you can give her are tiny mushrooms, big mushrooms, ball mushrooms, honey, leftovers, the halunki egg, Castelia cones, shoal salts, ghetto, and also for rare candies. Although I don't know why you would want to friggin' sell any of your rare candies at all. Honestly, why would you even bother selling rare candies? Like, ever? Like, why would you? Why would you even think about doing that, man? But anyways, that right there are all the ingredients that you can sell to that you can give to that woman, and so that you can actually get yourself a plentiful of money. But anyways, everyone. Now as for Route 5 itself. Now Route 5 isn't exactly all that big. And also the Pokemon the Pokemon that you find here are essentially identical to the Pokemon that we encountered in Route 16. So yeah, at that point, I am not going to bother with any encounters for this one. Well, that is although that is when we actually get to post-game, and the Pokemon that swarms here actually decides to show up here. Now, that being that the Pokemon that swarms here in Route 5 are actually Smeargles. So yeah, if you want to have a Pokemon that can obtain every single move possible, yeah, you can definitely find your Smeargles here. For those of you that don't know at this point, with the move Sketch, Smeargle can essentially have every single move possible, and with the just the right move set, Smeargle can be a freaking dangerous threat. Yeah. For those of you who have competed against Smeargles with really good movesets, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know the pain it must have felt. But anyways, everyone, now as I am just gonna be battling trainers here on this route, I guess I should go over the rest of what you can do when it comes to the event that will occur in the Lost Lorn Forest. Now, after you've transferred at least one of the legendary beasts, and you put them in, and you put at least one of them in your party. Sure. When you go back to the when you go back to that trailer in Lost Lorn Forest, then that woman who was inside the trailer will attack you, and then the Pokemon, and the way this woman attacks you is that while the battle starts, now the Pokemon will be actually depends on if the legendary beast, it essentially depends on the legendary, it essentially depends on the legendary beast that you have. Well, actually, if you have multiple legendary beasts in your party, then the one that you will face will be based on the beast. It will be either in the first slot of your party, or the one closest to the first one, closest to the first slot of the party. And then, so essentially, if you have Suicune in front of your party, the Pokemon that you will face off against will be for Raikou. And if you have Raikou in front of your party, you will essentially fight against Entei. And if you have Entei in front of your party, you will face off against the Suicune. But however, the moveset won't exactly be the same as you would think. Yeah, the moveset that all three of them will have are Fury Swipes, Scary Face, Taunt, and Feint Attack. And that's because if it just so happened to get at least a good few damage on that beast will transform into the actual Pokemon itself, and that Pokemon being a Zoroark. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Zoroark is the evolution of Zora. Yeah, once again, the Pokemon that you... once again, the Pokemon evolution line that you cannot get normally in Pokemon Black and White. Again, I don't know why they chose to do this. In their own freaking region, no less. Jeez. But anyways, anyways, everyone. Now, once you have done with the battle, after you've either defeated or captured the Zoroark, the true expansion of Lone Stone Forest will be revealed, meaning that the forest itself was a little bit more bigger than you would think it was. And then that same backpacker that we also saw in the forest will return, and he is also surprised to learn that the woman was actually a Zoroark all this time. And he'll say that the only reason why Zoroark was deceiving Pokemon and people by using her illusions was just so that she can protect her home. And he also said that the Zoroark definitely reacted strongly to the legendary beasts. It's because of a certain conflict that may have occurred previously. A certain conflict that occurred during the Zoroark movie. And oh yes, right. And also, another thing that you have to know about the Zoroark is that Now, even if you defeat it or run away from it, the Zoroark will always respawn upon leaving the area. And also this Zoroark the Zoroark can never be shiny. So those two events that I was just mentioning, they are essentially a tie-in to the Zoroark movie. And again, it's really the only few times where you can only obtain, Zoroark, Zoroark with it in a black and white. So like, again, within their own region, that is the only way that you could obtain Zora and Zoroark. Well, actually, there was another way that you could obtain a Zora. From those same people who told you about Zora in the first place. But that right there is actually another event thing. So, again, you cannot obtain those two normally in their own region, and those two aren't even freaking mythical Pokemon, or even legendaries. So, again, I don't know why, for the life of me, they chose to... I don't get for the life of me why they chose to do that. Man. Okay, so I think that's all I really have to say when it comes to events. Well, actually, and I guess what I should say about the other event that I told you about before. Yeah, about the Liberty boat on the Liberty Pier. There would be this boat where if you just happen to activate a certain event, then that boat will take you to a place where you can catch a mythical Pokemon called Victini. During that event, is where you can actually find more Team Plasma grunts. Yeah, that is essentially the only time that a Team Plasma will get themselves involved within an event. Yeah, essentially the only time where you can actually get to battle more of a Team Plasma. So, yeah, that certainly is something. Okay, now I think that's all I really gotta say in terms of, with the events and which sort of Pokemon that you can get, whatnot. Oh well, what are you gonna do? But anyways, everyone, as you can see now, as you've been seeing, yep, as we've been battling all these trainers, our team has been definitely grown at least like one level. Yeah, they definitely have grown at least one level. Okay, so just gotta see if there's anything else over here before we move on. Now then we of course we're gonna be moving on to the bridge that will take us to the, I think, we should be I think that's it. Now I think we should be good to go. Okay, now for that thing that we just got. Okay, so Psycho stats are pretty decent enough. I don't think I'll be giving it to him. Sandal. Yeah, I'm thinking with Sandal, with the fact that my Sandal still hasn't evolved yet. Yeah, I may give it to him. Palpitoad on the other hand. Yeah, Palpitoad stats are significantly better than Sandal's right now. But we shall see later on down the road. Yeah, and I personally don't think I'll be giving it to my Sigilyph. Yeah, consider that my Sigilyph stats are gonna be very good for at least for a good while. and that's also because that Sigilif does not evolve whatsoever. So, yeah, let's just say, for the most part, yes, yeah, my Sigilif is most likely is not going to get any up the stat boosted items. But anyways, now, why don't we just give the zinc to my Sandile. There we go. Okay, now we are done with that. Now let's on over here. Hi. Sure, oh, this way. Yeah, I'm already here. Now to contact him. Who exactly? It's me. It's me, Elesa. Please lower the drawbridge. I have a couple of trainers here who should know who want to challenge you. Okay, thanks. Now watch this. Yep, that's what now watch. As the Driftveil drawbridge lowers. Yeah, and we even get to witness what it's like when the lower the drawbridge actually occurs at night. So yeah, I guess that's something, right? I have a TV gig, so I've got to go. The gym leader, now the gym leader of the next town may take some time getting used to. Do your best, do your best, both of you. Yep, and you too. What am I? Is a trainer. Now I prove I'm right by getting stronger and winning in battle, even against the champion. Yeah, he is still thinking about what Alder said to him. But anyways, now we're in the Driftveil drawbridge. Well, actually, this bridge is also known as the Charizard Bridge. Yeah, a Pokemon that's not really native to this region, and yet people still call it that. But anyway, everyone, now as for what that guy just told us, now when you hear some flapping sound effects, and you actually see that shadow, of a Pokemon, of a fly-type Pokemon that is currently flying about, then after you go near that shadow, then for the most part, you'll be able to pick up feathers that do actually will increase stat boosts. They actually will give you feathers that will give you stat boost. That will actually give stat boosts to your Pokemon. But also, as you can also see, sometimes ducklets may show up from them too. Essentially making this place the only location in the entire region where you can actually get yourself some ducklets. So yeah, now if you are still looking for a ducklet, then this place is the only place where you can actually get one. Now as for the feathers that you can pick up, yeah, you can get the health feather, the muscle feather, the resist feather, the genius feather, the clever feather, the swift feather, and also the pretty feather. But anyways, you see, yeah, we very easily call it Ducklet. Now, Ducklet, the water bird Pokemon. Yeah, Ducklet is not just a water bird, it is more so a duck. Even though it is not technically called that, I guess. But anyways, always have one now. Now as for those feathers effects, Now the health feather will of course will increase your HP. The muscle feather will increase your attack stat. The resist feather will increase your defense. The genius feather will increase your special attack. The clever feather will increase your special defense. The swift feather will increase your will increase your speed. Oh wait, I think I misread it wrong. The clever feather will increase your special defense, and the swift feather will increase your speed. Yeah. Now as you'll see, yeah, the bridge itself, while it may seem big, but it is not exactly that big. Yeah, you can easily get there within just a matter of minutes. See? Yeah, you see here? Yeah, you see here? Yeah, now we have essentially already reached the end of the bridge itself. But anyways, everyone. Now as for the pretty feathers that you can also get. Now these feathers, now they don't exactly give any stat boosts. They actually will just those pretty feathers. Yeah, they really don't do much of anything. Yeah, the only thing that you can really do with those feathers is just to sell them. Yeah, you can sell those feathers. Yeah. You can sell those pretty feathers for not a whole lot of money, but it is still something, you know. But anyways, now that we're done with the bridge, as you can see, once again, I'm trying to figure out which my Pokemon I'm gonna give my. Once again, I'm gonna figure out who to give the stamp boost to. Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm only gonna give these feathers to only like a few of my Pokemon, but definitely not the whole lot. Cause, well, obviously, for example, my Substrika, I don't think I'll be giving it, the Swift Feathers considering that. My Substrika is already fast enough. But anyways, as for the Genius Feather I got, I think I will be giving this to my Pignite. Now the main reason why I gave it that, well, you'll see. You'll see later on. But anyways, as for the Swift Feathers I got, I'm gonna give one to Pignite, then another one to my Palpitoad, then finally another one, then my last one onto my Pansage. Okay, everyone, with that said, I think that should be all I'm gonna do with this part. And so for the next part, we're gonna be entering Driftveil City. And so to the next part, I'll see you guys next time.